Good morning,
Good
everybody, or
morning.
good evening, or good
Morning.
afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I see we have Greg. Hello, Greg and Pip. My mom. Hi, Mom. Doug, Tommy, Kay. Hello, hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope it seems like everybody's cold this morning.
Lots of weather reports, yeah.
Yes. Today it is 38 degrees. It's going to be overcast today.
Mama Kala says it's 64 where she is. Of course it is.
Why? Whose birthday is it? Somebody just said happy birthday to somebody. Whose birthday is it? Is it Greg's birthday?
It is.
Oh, happy birthday,
Happy
Greg.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Greg is half an inch older.
Half an inch.
Yeah, not a full inch. He's edging towards one of those milestones birthdays, but I shouldn't be talking because I'm on
Oh,
top
it's
of it.
a, it's a, see, it's a, don't tell him, don't tell us how old he is, secret. That was a weird, Karen, the way that's, that Salt Lake City, Utah.
Ooh, that comma barely shows up.
Oh,
Karen girl.
uh,
It snowed here. It's still snowing. We have about, I don't know if you can see it. We have about that much snow on the ground, and we're supposed to get that much.
Wow.
that's
And
a
it's
That's a very
wet
scientific term. That much.
that much, and like saying that Greg is older by half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
So precise.
We had Hillary pop in. Hi, Hillary.
Hey,
Good
Hillary.
afternoon. It's
Hi.
afternoon for Hillary. It's tea time.
It is tea time. It's tea time.
It says Greg says it's hotter. Where is Greg? Where's Greg? He's in Canada, right?
And he says suddenly it's a lot hotter in here. Like,
Oh, okay. It was a joke. Okay, so yes, so Hillary, it's 3 p.m. there. Oh, apparently they sell that at shirts at Rutech with that little SL, comma, Salt Lake, comma, Utah.
did they really, and was it as scary looking as your thing this morning?
I would buy that, 100%.
Oh, Greg says it's hot in here because of Karen's comment. Greg, don't get mad because she's calling you names.
Rude.
Rude.
We might have to ban you, Karen. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Karen. Oh, Greg. I
Oh.
ran out of room on my paper.
Already?
Well, you can't even see. There you go. Tommy Buck made the list.
I did. I think I commented on it, didn't I? I commented on the G2G post this week.
On A,
One.
they're like 60. There's
The question of the week. I usually forget to post on it.
there's pages and pages and pages.
What
and
is the question of the week? I don't even know what it
The
is.
question of the week was who or what got you interested in genealogy? And there's so many great answers. There's 61 answers at least, 4 pages. And I suggest that you go through and you read some of them. And I'm just going to do some highlights here. There's no way I can cover it, although I do want to show something. So let me get my screen. Let me get back to the right page. I'm on like the 15th page of the answers. Let me go back to page 1. It just told me that I'm in the show and everybody can see and hear me. Is that true?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I'm ready. I'm not going to share my screen just yet.
Okay.
But there's so many great answers. Tommy Buck made it. And a lot of people had this answer, but Tommy Buck's was one. A reunion. Going to a family reunion got them interested in figuring out, like my kids, they had hard times figuring out how that person fit in the family, and they'd be like, now, who is that to me? And then we would say, it's your Uncle Sam's little sister's brothers. I can't do AJ's thing. I always want to be able to do that's my second cousin's sister's first husband's, but I can't. So a reunion, going to a reunion is something. And especially for kids, you don't know who all these weird people are that kind of look like you. One of the best answers we had from all the answers, I went through and I kind of summarized a whole bunch of them, was I wanted to know where I came from. And that was not from somebody who was adopted, although there were a lot of people who were adopted who had that answer. That came from somebody who was of African American descent, and they just wanted to know who they were. But the African part of it wasn't the catalyst until they actually got into their family history. And they're like, oh, I wonder if we have, a slavery thing that went on in our family. And so that even spurred them on more. That's a really interesting story to read. Heaven help me for doing this, but Ancestry ads. The ads on Ancestry. The ones where the guy shows up in lederhosen and then he realizes he should be cooking lasagna instead and hanging out with Chris Ferriello. Thinking he's German and all of a sudden he's Italian. Annette Wright, she wanted to find the story. She's heard stories and she wanted to find out about the stories in her family. And that's a common theme throughout all of the answers, is finding out the stories. Deb Cooper Szymanski gave me chills when I read hers. And it's not the most fabulous answer in the world, but it hit home, not for me personally, but I'm sure it'll hit home for a lot of people. She discovered she had breast cancer. And at the doctor's office, the doctor said, who else in your family has had breast cancer? And she had no idea. And so she started working on her family tree to try and identify all the people in her family who may have had breast cancer. So that was a very moving one to read. That was cool. Tim Rue says just his roots because of his French roots. And the other really fascinating thing I found is that people knew the exact date. I was doing this on this date this year, and that's why. Let's see. One of them was a newspaper article in 1983 in a newspaper in Sydney, Australia. That article is what started me that day, that kind of thing. Donna Fournier, her grandmother, when she finished college, she got home from school and her grandmother told her she wanted to talk to her. So she went over to her grandmother's house, and her grandmother had this book about the history of the town they were from in Maine. And she said, this is wrong. This is not right. There's a mistake in here about our family, and I want you to fix it. So she had marching orders from her grandmother to fix a mistake. Kathy Fetters, she wanted to look, and this was another strain that went through the answers, is that her grandmother told her that she shouldn't be looking in the family tree because she's going to find out bad stuff. Now, I don't know a lot of people hear that from their grandmother, but a lot of grandmothers say, you shouldn't look at that. Well, but this she did, and she found bad stuff, and it's an interesting story from Kathy Fetters. I love this one. Barbara Wood says that when she was a child, she was sitting at the kitchen table working on a school assignment or just working on the family tree. And she was asking questions and she was writing on a piece of paper. And it turns out that the first generation had 11 children. And then the next generation had 11 children and she ran out of space. She had no more paper to write on. So that she had to do more. She had to actually get up and do something about that, get the paper. So that really pushed her on. And Mikkel, I don't know how to pronounce your name correctly. The first name, I do the Vorenhout. The second name, he says he has such an unusual surname that he wanted to find out what his surname was about. And so that spurred him on. And I did that. I used to, every time we moved to a new city or I visited a new city, the first thing I would do is pull out a telephone book and look at in the telephone book to see if there were any Galdens, because you never could find Galdens. And if there were Galdens, I didn't know it at the time, but they were related to me because they're only us that have this surname or the derivatives. So that's fun. There are some people that are doing some great quotes here as well. Oh, and I'm going to share my screen. This is a fun one. And I've been saving the screen share till now. There we go. This one. She said, the answer for me is 4 images. All of them, let me get that big. There you go. Are 4 images. Thanks, Sarah. 4 images. All of them inspired me to find out more and fill in a myriad of missing information. The first one is a family tree I was given because I'm one of the many descendants of Charles Richards, 1839 to 1905. All his known and traceable descendants received a copy of a tree. I had to shrink this image because the original is huge. The caption should say 1975 instead of 1970. So that's a really cool and very intricate, and she's actually done a really good job of putting in notes here as to what it is. But that's a really cool tree. And then the second image was of a family tree. This is her husband's family that was included in a textbook about the early settlers in Ontario. Cool. See the snow? That kind of looks like what's going on outside right now, except it's snowing.
I love finding those kinds of documents in my stuff, like these handwritten, nicely
Yeah.
things.
And here's a sword. There are the images of a sword her husband's 4th great grandfather used at the Battle of Waterloo.
Ooh.
Is that her husband's hand holding it? He looks pretty good at holding that sword.
Very strong and firm.
Yeah, yeah. And then the 4th image is of her 3rd great grandfather and his descendants. The young boy is my grandfather. How cute and how wonderful a picture is that?
That's a great photo.
So
I hope that's uploaded on WikiTree too.
Yeah, get those uploaded. And that's from Marion Ross. M. Ross. So lots of really great questions and answers. There was not a way or a time to go through all of them, but that's cool. People really got into that answer. And I love the last one. All those beautiful images got me into it. Yeah.
So we had some comments in the chat about the Brian Nash said that he grew up in a military family, so he was interested in getting to the heart of what makes me me. And Karen had a comment saying that when you were talking about the breast cancer one, that her friend Jill did that too, and then she found a half sister when she did that DNA test to find that marker.
Wow.
And then Mark commented that when he was in college, when my aunt pulled me aside and explained that she was not the daughter of my grandfather, but my grandmother had her out of wedlock. But needless to say, they didn't talk about it. So when we were talking about, when you're digging and not finding things.
My grandmother would say, and she's got this weird voice, we don't talk about that in our family.
Then Mark also said that he got interested when his wife got pregnant to tell them where they were able to tell them where they came from. So that's also very cool. What got you guys interested in genealogy?
My grandmother caught me at birth and just started shouting, your grandfather is. So I think I was born, like, literally.
What about you, Mindy?
I had one of those families where they didn't talk about those other sections, and then that section didn't talk to this section. Yeah. And I actually had a high school project, and we were supposed to do our family tree. Of course, we're from the Stone Ages, and we had to look on microfilm. So we moved around a lot. My mom's whole side of the family's military. We were never where the microfilm was, and nobody talked about anybody. And I actually wound up becoming a pen pal with the last surviving great aunt on my mom's side. She was the oldest of 12 children, I think. And we wrote until she passed away. We wrote for years. So, it just really got me interested in looking to see who else was out there that my family wasn't telling me about.
That's really neat.
Azure. What?
My dad was really into genealogy, so he wrote a pamphlet about our family history. And then on my mom's side, my great aunt Ada did a whole genealogy tree for that side of the family. So that's kind of what got me started when I was a kid.
Yeah, Doug Beasley says that his maternal grandmother, Schellenberg, had a contact from a German Schellenberg in 1920 and left them with a family tree on yellowed paper in Old German.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's sister too. She was really into it. She wrote to a whole bunch of people back east for our bloodline because they came from New York. So there was a lot of family members that were already interested in it. So
That's cool. Yeah, my grandmother, she was really into it, so she just kind of passed it on to me, I guess, when I was young.
that's neat.
Pip says that he knew his genealogy because he grew up with it. Yeah, he knew his great aunts and uncles better than I knew my cousins. We did that too. We grew up with my grandfather's brothers and sisters around us a lot, so that was nice.
Okay, so I always like hearing how people got interested in genealogy. I think it's really cool.
What's today's date? What's today's date?
It's the 16th of January, 2021.
January 16th. Thank you.
So I guess we will look at our profiles of the week. We had 9 of them. They were all cartoonists. I actually looked at all their bios and stuff. Because if you guys are on social media, I was tweeting about each one yesterday actually. So I found out a lot about them. All pretty cool. I am most closely connected to Walt Disney. I'm actually directly related to him. 14 cousins, 5 times removed. I think that's what it was. There we go. And then, so we have the one we all probably know, Walt Disney, right? And it was a fun fact. The family changed the name from D''ISIGNY, Designy, I think that's how you would pronounce it, to Disney. So it says the family changed the name and settled in the English village now known as Norton Disney, south of the city of Lincoln in the county of Lincolnshire. So they changed the name, so that's cool. How far back did that happen? Let's see. Pretty far back, because even his great grandfather still has Disney. So that's one of them. Then we have Charles Schulz, who's the creator of Peanuts. Pretty cool. They called him, his nickname was Sparky. They called him Sparky from the horse Sparkplug in the comic strip Barney Google. So that's another one.
I love the background on that.
Yeah, his shirt. Then we have Tove Jansson. I don't know, Jansson, yeah, who was the creator of Moomin from Finland.
Cool.
So she also did the illustrations for the Swedish translations of like The Hobbit and some other classics. Yeah, so she illustrated Swedish translations of classics such as J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, Lewis Carroll's The Hunting of the Snark, and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So that's pretty cool that she illustrated the Swedish translation of The Hobbit. And she has a very well done profile too. Some of our profiles of the week have very good ones. Then we have Elise Segar.
That's the one I'm closest to.
Popeye, Sailor Man, doo-doo. He was also a drummer. Did you know that? He was skilled at playing the drums.
Charlie Chaplin's comic capers.
Hmm. And then we have Walter Lantz, who created the Woody the Woodpecker. I don't have a fun fact about him, but his family is Italian. He came from Italian ancestry. He has Italian ancestry, which they haven't gone past yet. Chris and your Italian people have got to work on that. You have a task now. But his mom's side is also from Italy. He's Italian. And then we have, who is considered the father of manga, Osamu Tezuka, the creator of Astro Boy. And I looked it up. Astro Boy is like what we translate it to in English. I forgot. Oh, I had looked it up. I forgot the name, what they actually called it in Japan. Mighty Atom. That was the name of it in Japan.
Go back. Thank you. Okay, cool.
Mighty Atom.
I wanted to see what Astro Boy looked like.
Yeah. So he's considered the father of manga, or the godfather of manga, the god of manga. And he's referred to as the Japanese equivalent of Walt Disney. So that's pretty cool.
What is the famous anime fella? What's his name? Who did the Castles in the Clouds? He did feature movies.
The one like. I feel like I'm gonna say the completely wrong thing and sound dumb.
No, go ahead.
Totoro and all that. That guy who did all those films?
Yeah, I think so. Was it? I've got it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm surprised Chris Ferriello doesn't know that. Who that name is?
Miyazaki. Miyazaki.
Karen got it.
Was I right? Was I guessing the right one?
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. Yeah, I was thinking of the right thing.
Miyazaki. See, you know how to pronounce Japanese, right?
Yes, I do, because I studied it. It's easier because how it is on the paper is how it sounds, not crazy like English.
It's on the tip of his chat. That's funny.
He specialized in surgery. He was also active in the medical field, so he was multifaceted.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
When he was waiting on surgeries to end, he drew.
Yeah. Then we have May Gibbs. She created what was it? Bib and Bub?
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah, and look at her beautiful biography. They made it all colorful.
Who did that?
I don't know. But it's part of the Australia project, so
very right.
Maybe in conjunction with. Yeah, it was a very beautiful profile. That was very well done.
Terry Wright was a very active WikiTreeer. I don't know how active she is now, but she led a lot of projects, and yeah, that's beautiful.
Look at all this.
That's really neat.
I kind of fell in love with this one. It's so pretty. I know usually it's not standard to make the font all colorized, but I thought this was very pretty.
Yes.
Okay, the next one we have is Dick Bruna, who created, drumroll please, Miffy.
Who?
Miffy. You guys familiar with Miffy? Miffy.
Please show us. So there's a reason for the drum roll. Oh,
Miffy.
Gotcha.
Well, just drum roll because, I don't know, I felt like drum roll.
Because it was the final one?
No, there's one more.
Okay.
2 more.
Okay.
We have 9.
Those are cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's
and
he
he's from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
His bio needs some work, so if anybody wants to take on working on his bio, probably needs some love. He passed away in 2017. The next one we have is George Harriman. He was creator of Crazy Cat. And yeah, so this is actually our last one. I thought there was another one, but this is our last.
I have a cartoon I want to share after we're done.
Oh, what's the cartoon?
I would like to know, actually.
Wait, what?
I'll show you. You want me to share it now?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So during World War II, my grandfather was in command of. Which screen am I sharing? Okay,
sorry, there you go.
There we go. He was in command of a troop transport in the Pacific, did 17 round trips. And one of his ships, there was a cartoonist, a famous cartoonist at the time. And I have no idea who it is, but this is the cartoon that he did of the U.S. Army transport staff. And my grandfather's the one here in the middle with the beer belly, the cigar. My grandmother says she sent my skinny, curly-headed husband off to war, and he came back with a beer gut and he was bald. He wasn't that fat. That was a very big caricature of him, but that's pretty cute. But if anybody happens to know who this artist is, let me know.
It was probably like a one or two time he drew stuff. Unless somebody does know this guy.
No, this is supposed to be a famous cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have you tried like reverse image searching it?
Ooh, yeah. It reminds me a little bit of the Dagwood stuff, the Dagwood series.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's who it was. Anyway, so if anybody knows, let me know. Okay. But that's a good idea.
Reverse image search, yeah, maybe. Find something similar. And they were talking about the Smurfs in the chat, and they figured out who created the Smurfs. Pierre Culliford. He died in 1992. And I wonder if he's just not connected on WikiTree.
People are just like throwing out names and dates. Created by Peo, Karen Lowe.
Yeah, that was the Smurfs creator.
Culliford. Pierre Culliford. And then somebody just says, but he was dead by then. It's so hard sometimes to follow the comments.
Random,
and they're like 5 minutes. They're like a little bit behind us.
Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, so we have those are all of our profiles of the week. Now we can look at the photos really quick. So Sunday best. Why does it say Sunday best? Not okay. So we have 20 images. How exciting. So I guess probably everybody in their best Sunday clothing. So we have this one.
And the little one's moving around so much she's blurred.
Yeah, she got blurred. And look, her brother's like, stop moving. That's a cute one. Name was Franny Hills.
That is a bonnet and a half.
A bonnet.
Look at the ringlets.
Yeah.
Shirley Temple ringlets.
I was just going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
Then we have Charlie Wesley and Susan Allison with son Frank, granddaughter Uma, and great-granddaughter Ruth. Well, few generations in that photo.
It's nice.
Marie Marguerite Larivie.
Very good.
Thank you.
And that's quite a hat.
Yeah. Also her coat, the I just forgot the name of those, the shoulder pads. 10 shoulder pads in that one.
The poofy thingies.
Yeah, the poofy things and the shouldery things, very prominent.
I wonder if that's a driving coat. I wonder what year that is.
It says, it doesn't have a date, but let's look at her profile. So 1887 to 1971. So she looks about 2030 in the photo. So early 1900s, probably.
Yeah, because people bought these outfits to go driving because all the cars were like open.
Yeah.
That reminds me of some of those driving coats, and she's wearing leather gloves too.
Very fancy. I like this. Look at all of them. They're all dressed up.
That's nice.
Thinking of, I don't know if you guys know the song, but when I saw the theme Sunday Best, I think of that song. It's like more Sunday Best song. That's what I think of. And
No idea what you're talking about, Sarah. Does anybody know what she's talking about? If you do, sing it.
No, I really don't know what it is.
well, whatever. That's what I think. The song is literally titled Sunday Best.
And you're not going to sing it for us.
No. No. I will not shame this stream with me singing it with my voice. No, thank you.
That's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of kids.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6,
it's all
7.
her grandchildren.
Wow.
So it might be from a couple different, because those kids look, well, maybe they're twins, but they could be from different siblings, like from different people.
Not if they're twins, Sarah.
That's what I'm saying. They could be twins. So it's Anne Chandler Dodge with her grandchildren. They could be from two different kids and all the grandkids, but they could be twins too. Who
Guess
knows?
who just came in the chat?
Who did?
Julie Ricketts.
Julie.
She said, I heard someone referring to real pants as hard pants the other day. What are you
What?
people talking about in the chat?
Julie, that was the randomest thing. Where does that come from?
Okay, Karen Lowe says, I don't even wear real pants anymore. And then
Oh.
your mama says, I'm with Karen. And that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. My mom works from home now, so she doesn't need to leave the house.
So your real pants are pajamas. Mine are. I wear
Mhm.
pajamas every day, all day. I did that before all of the lockdowns, though, because I work from home. So,
Look, my mom put the lyrics to the Sunday Best song. Thanks, Mom.
well, we should have her on. Can she sing it?
Nah.
Lyrics good, feeling good, feeling good, like I should. Went and took a walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Huh. Oh, and yay.
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 Yeah. Not yet.
As opposed to short pants. And then Pip, of course, says they gotta wear kilts.
My
Real
real
men.
pants are kilts.
He has a lot of kilts.
Oh, my mom says she can't sing, but she was in her high school singing troupe, whatever, when she was young. Okay,
That would be a choir, maybe?
it wasn't a choir. It was called something else.
Oh,
Like
It
cool.
wasn't a
Glee club
choir.
or
It was something else. She'll probably mention it, what it was she was in.
Oh, wow, look at this. And the kid on the far right looks really angry.
Yeah,
That's
those are definitely twins.
Yeah. And an older sibling, I guess. Oh, how fun. We need them as our picture for the clean-a-thon. Next time we have the clean-a-thon.
That's awesome.
I like that. That is
a mop, a broom, but what's the one in the middle holding? It's
looks like one of those normal sweepy brooms, like with the brushes. That's kind of what it looks like at the bottom.
that's funny. And then the guy has a rag. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, and then she I guess doesn't clean.
She
She's the
looks.
boss.
What's in her hand? Oh, that's your mouse. Your mouse was on her hand.
Oh yeah,
She got something on her hand, but it's a mouse.
She's a
that's a fun
supervisor.
photo.
She tells them all
And
what
these
to
two
do.
have their eyes closed. I guess they blinked.
Oh my goodness! Mark Swarthet says that the cartoon is for my grandfather's cartoon. Maybe Wally Walgren. How fun is that?
And what else does she used to be in musicals? No, there was another word for it. Wasn't there was another word? We'll get to that. I'll figure that out later.
Squeegee. Oh yeah, it looks like a
I don't
broom.
know. I was
Julie.
thinking squeegee. So Greg says
Yeah.
yellow pantsuit lady, is she exempt because of the brightness?
Yep. And she is sitting. That looks like it would be painful the way she's sitting. I know she's trying to be demure and appropriate as a lady, but my legs don't do that, I don't think. But then I'm not that demure of a lady.
Oh, I like that one. It's a nice photo by the piano.
I bet she could sing the Sunday song.
Probably. I'd take that one. She could sing it for us. Okay, next page. She looks like she's ready. Looks like she also has a rag in her hand.
It's a kerchief.
A handkerchief?
It's a kerchief.
A kerchief?
To take to church.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and lots of people in the South, before they had air conditioning, you never went anywhere without a fan.
Oh, yes. I thought to dab the.
Oh.
My dad is a toddler. I have my uncle and my grandfather. They were also in dresses and baby photos.
This is your dad?
No, not my dad. My mom's dad and my uncle. They had photos of them in dresses. Apparently, that was the thing, to put your son in a dress for.
Yeah, my granddad, the one in the cartoon, I've got pictures of him in dresses as a wee one.
Uncle Bill Martin, New South Wales. Robert James Richardson, sitting next to a weird-looking chair.
It's very empty. It's an empty chair.
Is that really what it's called, an empty chair?
No, I'm just saying the chair is empty, like there's nobody in the chair. It looks like somebody should be sitting in the chair.
Yeah, but it's like also empty in the back. Like, it looks weird. Oh,
That's so cute.
That is really adorable.
Oh, here she is doing the great pictures again.
M. Ross.
Yeah.
Grandma Hamill and her sisters. Well, also there's some men here, so I'm curious.
Excuse me.
Well, this is a PDF. Let me see if I can open it. Let's see. Aha! They look all dressed up.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I don't think I can zoom in. There we go.
Mark Swarthert says that remember how long it took to take pictures in the early days? They often had supports in chairs to keep people still. Talking about the empty chair.
The empty chair.
That's a nice photo.
It's cute.
That's cute. There's one kid that looks like the dad and one kid that looks like the mom.
And the hair, too.
Yeah.
They're ready to go out. April of 63. Oh, the nice one.
Yeah, I like the old photographs where they printed
Yeah, the
dates
dates.
and the month.
That's what I was going to say, but I lost my train of thought.
Well, I caught it, obviously. And thank you for sending that to me.
The Perlin family. Oh, look, he's on a stool because he'd be too short.
And he's quite comfortable with his little legs crossed.
He's crossed and he's.
Look at the backdrop, though. That is quite the backdrop. There's like a window looking out, and then there's more stuff outside. That is so good.
Well, that was the last one. Let's see if we had any fun stuff in the G2G post. Ooh, we didn't see this one.
Oh, neat.
Did their best on Sundays to play for the congregation. Her mother, Lucille Cerruti, and her uncle, Hildred Smith.
And he's on the sign.
And
his name's on the sign.
Oh, because he was a violinist.
Violin
Was that him?
soloist. 3 p.m.
Was he the violinist? Someone's violinist.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Was Hildreth was a he?
Her uncle, Hildreth Smith.
Yep. He was the violinist.
Lucille was guest organist, and Hildreth was the guest violinist.
And Lucille is the lady on the left with the flowers.
So this is with her 7 of her grandchildren, all in their Sunday best. We didn't see this one either. So it was photo 1920.
We saw a picture of the couple, but we didn't. Oh, yeah, we did. We saw this.
You
Yeah,
saw
this
that
one
one?
there.
I don't recall.
Remember the hat? His hat.
I must have zoomed past it then. I don't remember it. We didn't see this one, I know, because if there's a dog and I
There's a dog. You found a dog. I have an animal in there.
So this photo shows my paternal great grandfather Gustave I don't even know. Lewerens and Sophia Klassen. And there's 7 children.
And
Their
the
son.
2 girls have to wear matching dresses.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, it looks like these 2 sons have like matching little.
There's another one. There you go. There's 3 of them.
And he has a bow tie.
I wonder if he's graduated from his short pants to his long pants to have a bow tie.
From his hard pants, from his real.
Yeah, that's funny.
Did we see this one? I don't think so either. I don't think we
so.
saw this one. People wore their Sunday best to the photographer's studio as well to church. This is my grandmother's uncle Hiram Hugh Talling Jr. and his first wife Lucy.
And I like the background again. The stairs going up with the pictures. That's nice.
And we saw this one. Features my second great grandmother Hazel and her sisters. They are twins, left twin and right twin. And then the expression on Hazel's face says it all. Someone's not too happy about having to pose for a photo.
Yeah, that's my grandmother was a twin, and they always put her on one side and her sister on the other in pictures so that everybody always knew which was which.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So this is the church cleanup crew, circa 1973. That was funny. I like that photo.
And the lady
Saw
with
that
the piano.
one. Did we see? Let's see if we actually saw this one. Yeah, we did. We saw that one. My dad is a toddler.
Deborah Campbell's dad.
Mm-hmm. And then my Uncle Bill.
We didn't see Uncle Bill.
Well, not my Uncle Bill, but their Uncle Bill. I don't think I have an uncle.
I think that you're just trying to collect family members as we go.
Put it in my pocket. Collecting. I have enough. I don't need any more family, thanks. I don't need to collect anymore. Okay, we saw this one.
Julie
4 generations of family photo.
Julie says she's really glad to have the explanation of why the people were with cleaning utensils.
I would hope they're a cleanup crew. Church cleanup crew. Let's see. They said they shared a photo of this guy. We saw that one with the empty chair. Oh,
Yeah.
look, somebody uploaded a colorized photo of it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, nope, wrong one. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, we saw this one. Her new coat.
My new coat.
That's the cute. It's so cute.
That is so cute, and she looks so proud.
It's like, look at my new coat.
T, whoever. Oh, we know who that's from.
All
Imran.
the sisters.
Yeah.
We saw this one. Not sure where or when, probably at church. But the interesting thing for me is the way their father has this look of making sure they don't get out of control. Stay in line.
Yeah, somebody, the lady there, he looks like he's looking at her because she's looking like she's just getting ready to bust out laughing.
And there's this one. You saw that one. Oh, it was a hidden. Okay, that was it. That was
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Okay, so I was gonna bring up see what we're doing, how we're doing on the WikiTree challenge real quick.
There's a challenge. There's a challenge going on. What?
Yeah. So the WikiTree challenge, if you don't know, is for those of you, if you're watching and you don't know what the WikiTree challenge is, the WikiTree challenge is for this year, we've coined the year of accuracy. We've taken on the we've taken on the challenge of each week we take a genealogy guest stars tree and try to improve it. So we put together a team of WikiTreeers and we collaborate together to make their tree more accurate and complete than it was before. So each week we take on a different one. The first week, last week was AJ. Now currently we're doing CC and going real well. I've been watching. They've been accumulating a lot of points. I have the point. Let me refresh this. Why does it want to translate it to Maltese? I don't know why, but so right now we already have 372 points. Is that right, Mindy? Yeah, that's
No, if you're looking at the one all the way on the right, that's the edit.
No, it says 372 here.
Yeah.
Oh, points?
Yeah.
Yep.
Edits 2,937 on the profile, so that's how many edits they've made. To improve the profiles, either adding something to the biography or adding a photo or I don't know, but they've been doing great on CC's tree, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It's 372 points because Maddie has 79, but they're getting automatic points for the profiles they've created.
Mm-hmm.
And those are adding up on CC's tree.
So then we have these bounty points. So we have a whole bunch of ways for people to earn points. So you can earn points for creating a profile, right? So adding or connecting somebody to the tree who is already on WikiTree, right? And then we also have these bounty points, which aren't automatically added. We add them ourselves because it's for
those are really for breaking down brick walls.
Yeah,
so we find an ancestor they don't already have on their tree.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe finding a mistaken ancestry or like a big a mistake that was on WikiTree, and we fix it so you get a bounty point. So those aren't automatically given bounty points. You get, the team captain has to review it and will give you those bounty points. So we're doing really great. We set up a Discord for this week to kind of have the teams collaborate, to chat with each other, and it's been very active. So if you are currently interested in the challenge or you're working on this week, you haven't joined the Discord yet, go ahead and do that. It's real fun. They're working together to break down these brick walls and fix her tree. Anything you want to add about how this week's going so far, Mindy? Or Azure? Actually, Azure, you're the team captain this week. I didn't forget. It was more of a Azure's been really doing a great job this week on keeping her team organized and like Chris said it before, that she's been putting them to work.
Yeah, they've just been doing great. Just the difference between what I wish now I would have taken a snapshot of what her tree looked like before we got started and now, because there's so many changes already.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's definitely something we'll take into account for next week. Kind of.
You could
say where we are in the beginning.
You could do a snapshot by going through the changes feed and going back to an earlier version of it.
That's true. I'm sure Lesh could do some magic if we really wanted to, but we could, at the start of each week, kind of snapshot what the tree looks like before, and then compare it afterwards. So, and if for those of you who haven't seen the previous live cast, we did have AJ and Cece on Wednesday. We kind of finished up AJ's week, and we talked about how we did, and AJ graded us. He gave us an A+.
And he's so cute. He was so animated. He's so funny
and excited.
Yes.
And then we had Cece on, and we kind of asked her some questions. She kind of told us what her current brick walls are, what she hopes to achieve. She basically wants to get more of her family on WikiTree. That's her biggest goal. She wants, and they were talking about how it's great that having somebody else work on your tree so they don't have to do the work.
Well, it's a lot of professional genealogists say it's like the cobbler's children have no shoes. Professional genealogists don't have time to work on their own trees.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She says she hasn't worked on her own tree in years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she's kind of excited that we've taken. She also told us to go to her blog so we can take photos from her blog and her trees so we can upload them to WikiTree. And Azure already uploaded a whole bunch of her photos. So I guess we can kind of, because I did on the live cast, we kind of looked at her tree before. I kind of shared the screen. So then after, maybe I can grab a snapshot of that and we can kind of compare what it looks like.
And Emma, we'll see now, Emma has gone through and done the DNA confirmations.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's great. Did Cece give the okay? I don't know if you guys asked her if we could look at her. Cool. Cool. So we can.
So Emma did that last night, and then also last evening, Cece dropped in on the GTG post and replied. So that was really nice.
Ooh, that's exciting. Yeah, at least it seems like all of our guest stars so far are really excited to be participating. And they're really happy we're taking this on and that we're working on their tree. And it seems like all of them so far at least are familiar with WikiTree. Cece said that she uses WikiTree the most for doing research, more than other trees. So that was really nice to hear. That
says a lot about how accurate and how easy it is. But the biggest draw is often the whole connections further back thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also plan to show how each guest star is connected to each other. So we're going to start doing that. Like maybe how they're connected at the beginning and how they're connected at the end to see if it changed from what we did. And I feel, at least with Cece's tree, we've added a lot. So I feel like there's more connections now.
Yeah, I checked last night, actually. I'm Ted's cousins with her, so.
Ooh, I think Chris said he was cousins with her too, I think, right?
Greg has a question. He says he wanted to know if the contest actually expands out beyond just their pedigree. Do we work on filling out the other family lines, like the brothers and sisters and their kids?
The nuclear family, direct, like brothers and sisters. But I guess if it goes too far, either way. How many steps out do we count, Mindy? Like, is it like uncles, great uncles, like?
As far as what? Sorry.
Oh, so as counting for the points, are we counting? So we're counting the nuclear family.
Yeah, we're just not doing them as far as for any bounty points, but for adding profiles within one step, your nuclear. So siblings, children.
I have a question. At the bottom of our profile pages where we have the people that we are, like, I knew I was LZ Seeger's relation, my closest relation. Are we going to add the people that we're working on in the challenge to that? So I can look down at the bottom of my profile and see how I'm related to Cece or AJ or Johnny or Jen?
We were thinking about having, how we have all the prime ministers and stuff, maybe having them, all the genealogists start. That's what I was thinking. We could have something like that.
That's
or
fun.
Maybe so they can quick link to how they're connected to each genealogy guest star.
Sarah, can I add something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
For people that haven't started and joined in the challenge yet, it's even unlike any of the projects that we've currently got going. The communication is just crazy fun, and it's just hopping. So we have the G2G that people are listing their bounty points and their finds in. Even if you're not searching, you can go look and see what they're posting on it and how they're finding records and what difficulties they're having. We have a Google spreadsheet that we're putting our profiles on that we're working on. That way we're not all working on the same like 4 profiles. And then Discord has been an immense help. And we just all chat with each other on what we found, what questions we have. If we need a little help, we can reach out, and it's all instant feedback. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's really great. And it's also, we've talked about this before, it's showing people what WikiTree is all about, our collaborative nature. And then, yeah, like Mindy was saying, this challenge is unlike other challenges we've done. It's a whole different, I think it's a step up, because this was also mentioned before, it's not so much as a competitive challenge, but all of us working together, more so a collaborative challenge more than
right
trying to see who's better.
Elevated collaboration.
Yeah, elevated collaboration. That sounds like something you'd hear at a spa. Would you like our elevated collaboration?
And then we also have even people who aren't really participating in the challenge. We've been asking them for help, and they help us with their tree. Because I know, is Juha helping with CC's finish line? Azure?
Oh yeah, Juha's been doing quite a bit, and actually he is a participant, and
cool.
He's actually earned 3 bounties already, so he's been.
Yeah, where Juha's been, because if you don't know Juha, he is over there in he specializes in the Finnish stuff.
He's over there in the Finnish stuff. Sarah, I don't know if you want to segue off of this, but there's a real live question from Melinda and Tracy about not knowing how to put her correct grandfather now that she knows the correct information and she's stuck. So she ran into an issue in WikiTree when I realized that from a DNA perspective, I had my grandfather incorrect. Can we offer a little bit of help for that before we?
Sure, we can do a little how to real quick before we head off. Here, so I guess you need to disconnect a grandfather and reconnect somebody, right? So I think
disconnect your mom, Sarah. Show her how to.
No, I don't want to. I'm not going to disconnect my mom. Here, we'll go to my great grandfather, and So let's say I got the wrong grandfather over here. Well, I'll show you real quick. You can actually go over here in your edit tab. You can replace remove father. That's how you would, change out the mother, father, etc.
So in the edit tab over on the far right, you can see where
on the top.
Yeah.
And then you can replace remove father.
Yeah.
Then you can either put the new wiki ID for the new one if you already have it created. You can create one, or you can just all around remove the father.
Go up to
and I do recommend putting a link in first. Yeah. In a research notes, this is who I thought my grandfather was, so you can easily get to that profile later.
Because you don't want to completely disconnect that other grandfather too.
And there's one more thing that you can see if you don't know how to grab the ID. Up at the top, there's a little ID with a pair of scissors next to his name, Robert Harrow Callis. You can actually copy that WikiTree ID so that you have it, so that you can use it if you need to. And that appears all over WikiTree now, that little scissors with the ID.
To cut.
Uh-oh, here we go again. We're going to do the dance from, what is it called? I
don't know. Or you can do connect.
Or the connect.
And I learned last night from your Instagram that you can pop the WikiTree ID into that last name field up there at the top.
I shared on
really cool.
on Instagram and Facebook little story because on Instagram you can't put links, so I put the wiki ID, and I was like, well, maybe somebody doesn't know how to search with the wiki ID, so I showed them a little snippet on how to search for a wiki ID, which I guess I can show you real quick. Might as well. Why not? So here you can just put, let's say, you want to search for Disney 1, because that's who Walt Disney is, and ta-da, we got to the page.
She's saying, I just want to put it out there, she just sang.
Just saying, if you want to look for Disney's profile.
Ta-da.
Okay, so we are at the hour mark. I know they were talking about if you had to replace your father, who would you pick?
And somebody said, somebody rich.
Yeah, that was Benjamin.
Is that Benjamin? Benjamin, we're so glad you got out of bed and came to join us.
He probably just finished work.
No, he said he just woke up a little while ago. I saw that.
My dad, wait. What? Okay, I don't know. It's weird stuff going on in the chat. So if there's any other questions or WikiTree challenge questions, go ahead and...
The other thing I think that maybe is confusing Melinda is the whole idea that you can have an adoptive tree for your family and a bio tree. So the bio tree will have all your DNA information, and your other tree, you can have two different profiles, one for your adoptive self and one for your biological self. So no worries about that. And I actually think, Melinda, when you're done, that Karen Lowe should give you a shout so she can help you, show you how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
How about that, Karen Lowe?
You got a new task, Karen.
Yay.
Well, I guess we will, I didn't see any questions come in. So we will head off for the morning, afternoon, evening. Way too, I would not be awake at the time Benjamin's awake right now, so.
A little bit of work stuff going on. Benjamin wants to know, did you get his email, Azure, about the relationships for CC?
No, that's a no.
That's a no.
We can't hear Azure right now, but the look on her face, that was a no.
Not yet. I'll take a look at that.
I think Azure just woke up too, so.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll head off, everybody.
How fun.
Goodbye.
I love coming